Hello and welcome to this Excel tips video. I am Sumit Bansal, and in today's video I am going to show you how to remove macros from an Excel workbook. Now you can choose to remove all the macros in one go, or you can have specific macros removed from a workbook in Excel. So let's see how to do that. Here I have this file with the name example.xlsm. .xlsm is the extension for a macro enabled file, which means that this file has macros, or it can have macros and can be saved. Now this file already has some macros, and if you want to see those macros, you can go to the developer tab and click on Visual Basic option, and it will open the VB editor. You can also get the same thing by using the keyboard shortcut Alt F11. And here I have these three macros. Now these are fairly useless macros. They don't do anything useful, but nevertheless we have these macros and we need to remove these from this file. So to do that, I would go to the File tab, click on Save a Copy, then I would browse and save this file. So it opens this Save As dialog box. I can locate, let's say I want to save it on my desktop, and here the file type as of now is Excel macro enabled workbook, and I would change this to Excel workbook, which is a .xlsx file. Now while I'm doing it, because a .xlsx file cannot have macros, when I save a file that already has macros, all these macros are automatically removed. See what happens when I click on save. It shows me this warning which tells me that there are macros that would be lost in case I save this file, and this is exactly what I want. So I'm going to click on yes, and this file has been saved. Now I can close this, go back to the desktop and open this new file that I have saved. And if I go back to the developer tab and click on Visual Basic, you can see there are no macros. There was a module here that had those macros, but that module has been removed. So when you save your XLSM file in .xlsx format, then the macros would automatically be removed. Now, the benefit of this method is that it is just one single step that you need to take and all the macros would be removed. But what if you don't want to remove all the macros? What if you want to specifically remove a few set of macros? In that case, this method would not work. So let me show you another method. Here again, I have the same file example.xlsm, and if I go to the developer tab and click on Visual Basic, you can see that I have these three macros. Now I don't want to remove all the macros. I only want to remove the first two, and I still want to keep macro number 3. So to do that, I would click on the developer tab and click on this macros option here. And when I do that, it opens this macro dialog box. If you do not have the developer tab, you can right click on any of these options, click on customize the ribbon, and in the Excel options dialog box, make sure that this developer option is checked and click OK, and then it would appear. Or you can go to the view tab and you also have the macros option here. So now in the macros dialog box, it shows me all the macros in all the open workbooks. If I only want to remove macros from this workbook, I would select this workbook in this case, and it shows me all the three macros which are there in the VB editor for this one. Now, if I want to remove macro 1, I simply select this, click on delete, and it asks me whether I want to delete it or not. I click on yes, and it's gone. Again, I go back to the view tab, click on macros. Now I select macro number 2, click on delete, and click on yes. Now two macros have been deleted, and if I go back to the developer tab and click on Visual Basic, you can see I still have macro number 3. So this is how you can selectively remove macros. Another thing that you can do is, in some cases, people create multiple modules and have different codes in a module. So within a module, you can have multiple codes and you can have multiple modules as well. So if you want to remove code that's in a specific module and you want to remove all the macros in that, you can simply come here, right click on this, and then click on remove module 1. This is going to show you this dialog box, and it will ask you whether you want to export this module or not. So you can export this module and put it in some other workbook if you want by importing it. But in this case, I don't want that. So I would click on no, and you can see the module has been removed. So if you want to selectively remove macros, then you can either use the macro dialog box, or you can directly go into the VB editor and remove the macros or delete the module. So these are two methods using which you can easily remove macros from a workbook in Excel. That's it in this video. I hope you found this useful. Also, if you're liking these videos, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and click on the bell icon so that you never miss out on any new Excel tips video I come up with. Thank you and have a nice day.